Are you running a Mickey Mouse growth organization from the 2010s? Have I got a solution for you? I found these. I found like a box of them that are all wrapped in plastic. Should I do the whole thing? Should I do the whole thing like this? Should I do the whole video just in Mickey Mouse ears? Oh, one thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. No, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. All right. So I was talking with my friend Sean at Craft Ventures. I don't know why serious people have conversations with me. I wouldn't suggest it, but he was telling me about this company Rilla, and they apparently there are all these companies that are doing door knocking as like a growth tactic, right? And so they help people do door knocking because in door knocking there's a script. There's a script you gotta follow. If you don't follow the script, everything goes to hell. But they have tested it so well, and the problem is that what they used to do is hire a bunch of people to manage college students that are door knocking, and those people would have to do these ride-alongs and be like, "Oh, is Jordan saying the right thing? Is he not saying the right thing?" And so the whole purpose of this software is to eliminate those ride-along, the needs for those ride-along. So you just take your phone and you say, "Hey, do you mind if I record you?" And the phone coaches you. The phone's like, "Yo, you're not doing this thing," generative AI and all that. So you take the input script, you take the phone, and it's like, boom, right? This is a perfect use of generative AI. But the question is, how do you know which organizations have really large door knocking? So today we're going to build a little data-driven playbook here for these companies. And I've talked a lot about like complex workflows and this idea of permissionless based outbound, where you can actually provide people some feedback. So we're going to go into kind of how you can think about that workflow. In this case, we're probably going to use Glassdoor reviews and Google Maps reviews. What else would we use? We might use the website to be able to define some of these scripts. This will be a little bit of a hard one, but let's dive in. I think this new look is really working. It's really working for me. All right. No one will take me seriously after this video. All right. So this is for outside sales. So let's actually just start to build a list here. Number of outside sales reps. And all we're doing is building the kinds of columns that will identify how much of this ride-along thing are you doing, right? These are like, come on, that guy has a ponytail. Can you trust him? I guess I shouldn't say that. And number of outside sales reps. All right, what else we want to know? We want to know Glassdoor reviews, and I'll show you this in a second. Google Maps reviews about door knocking. And then this is also about door knocking. Let's see if we can actually find a customer and, renewal of this Anderson. These people have this is always helpful to look at. Oh, look, they have all these links. Window World, I love this. All right, so let's do this. Here's like a little hack site, zoominfo.com/z. So let's see what ZoomInfo has to say about, okay, we got Brett. He's the CEO. He's medium CEO. What does this mean? Oh, okay. I have to rate Brett. Brett is the best CEO. Is they going to let me just like randomly submit it? This doesn't even work. What is this? Okay. Best women for, okay. There's got a recent 2023 scoop. Okay, 14 million. That makes sense. 116. So this is interesting. C-level versus non-manager. So let's actually see if I can figure out. Let's go grab their LinkedIn URL. And all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to figure out how can we tell if they have a strong ground game. Oh, this is interesting. It's an unclaimed page. Okay, so they have 3 offices. They have a showroom. That's kind of interesting. We're going to open up their website too. Let's look at the people. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe this isn't their organization. PJ Fitz. PJ. FPH. Oh, this video is going to hell. FITZ. FITZ. This is like, this is kind of, there we go. Here we go. 884. This is the real. This is the real deal. Okay, so they're after LinkedIn. That's nice. Let's see if we can figure out if they have a bunch of door knockers. Okay, operational leadership. I definitely want to look at this. Like staff training, that's interesting. Quality assurance. Yeah, let's like look for the people that have bath installer, sales director. Let's see if we can identify if any of these individual folks are doing like door knocking, like, oh, consultant, outbound call representative. This is really useful. And all I'm doing here is I want to see if, like, let's look at the sales manager. I want to see if there's any clues here when we look through the people. Lead installer. I think we probably have enough. Repair. Training development's really interesting, right? They may actually talk about training people. Oh, recent graduate. Perfect. That's for sure someone. All right. Let's just take a look. So this is interesting, right? They talk about growth, which is really interesting, right? So we can probably understand how well the company is growing. Let's see if they talk about actual door knocking here. In-home customer interactions. Boom. Let's put that in our doc here. I got a doc on the screen. Just writing a little new document here. Across 4 states. All right. This is good. In-home sales. In-home sales. This is great. Record breaking. Okay. So basically I can take this information and ask generative AI questions about it. Yeah, I bet you we're going to find a lot of this type of stuff where the people that are doing door knocking are not talking a lot about this on. Oh, sorry for your divorce, man. Motorcycle recording studio. I want to know this guy. He seems like a badass. Window and door installer. All right, so we're not going to get a lot of things from the actual this guy is like on top of it. Oh, that's nice. So on site, that's interesting, right? So you kind of have an idea that this person's door knocking. I probably will pass this through ChatGPT and be like, what is the likelihood that this person is doing in-person door knocking? And then actually, let's just paste their entire profile here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So basically, you can do this. You can score LinkedIn, and it's cheap enough to score LinkedIn profiles. So you can get these types of titles, right? Like consultant, etc. So if you know the company is doing in-person door knocking, you can have some understanding, right? Like, okay, great. All right. So we've got some understanding. Let's see if the salesperson, and you can feed all of this information to consultant, coach, amazing, right? So for example, this is something you wouldn't think to target about, but if I go and pull all these people and I fully enrich their LinkedIn profile, I can ask a question across all of their LinkedIn profiles. How many people have focused on being a sales coach, right? Home remodeling presentations to decision makers, right? Another amazing keyword. home remodeling presentations, right? Is installer. Yeah, we wouldn't know. Recent graduate. Oh, Costco Field. I like Costco. This is interesting. Okay, so you can kind of understand. So now we have. Let's actually add number of people that likely door knock, and then you want number of sales coaches. Are they growing their door knocking? So this is, and let's actually do some math here because I'm kind of curious. I haven't done this math. Approximately how many words is 200,000 tokens? Whoops. Oh. Approximately how many words is 200,000 tokens? Approximately how many words are in an average LinkedIn LinkedIn profile? So approximately how many LinkedIn profiles are 200,000 tokens? A 150 profiles. Wow. Okay. So that means that with Claude, I can do 150,000 profiles in one prompt. Sorry, 150,000. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 150 profiles. I shouldn't post this. I can do 150 profiles in one prompt. And that means that I can say, yeah, I have enough here to be able to answer these questions. All right, let's look at one more company. And okay, Mr. Sparky's. This is like, okay, this is interesting, right? These are clearly door knocky. So let's actually let's talk about scoring the company here. So let's go back to ChatGPT. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think that this company depends on door knocking to grow their business? Where 10 is like that's most of their sales, and 1 is like they likely don't do door knocking at all. So what I'm going to do two things kind of interesting here. This is Mr. Sparky's website. I'm going to do, let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Go to the top. This is, well, I'm going to do something really interesting. I'm going to go back to Mr. Sparky's, and I'm just going to do this manually, but of course you can do it non-manually here. You can do this programmatically, but I'm just going to, I want to take a screenshot of the whole page. I could do that, but I'm using, let's just do a couple screenshots. Copy, go back to ChatGPT. Again, this is something that you can do programmatically, but it's almost always best to just play around with ChatGPT here before you take stuff to the system. All right. And I can also feed in the profiles of people into this prompt. What's your number? What's your number? 2 or 3. See, that means this is not a good way to do this. But let's actually find reviews. So I'm going to do Glassdoor.com. I'm just going to search Glassdoor.com and Mr. Sparky. Let's see if they have URLs indexed. All right, they do have working Mr. Sparky. Now, it's probably, this is great. So 71 reviews. Oh, don't make me do this. Fine. Oh, bop. Don't make me do it. Yes. No. Glassdoor, don't do that. All right, I'm just going to use Google, you sucker. Door. Let's see. Knocking. In person. Boy, they really don't want me to understand their salaries. I guess I could inspect Element. I can just delete this, I think. Womp. There you go. All right, great play environment. You give the company. Oh, wow. They really don't want me to look at this, do they? So anyways, this is like something that you could do programmatically here. I would have to figure out a better way to scrape this. But let's actually look at Mr. Sparky's. I don't want to log in. Let's look at their Google. Oh, this is amazing. I want to look at their Google reviews. Google reviews. Better Business Bureau is really interesting. Yelp is really interesting. Why are they not on Google? So you can see this is where a lot of information is going to leak out. Door. Knocked. So I want to see if people are talking about their door knock. Oh, came out to my house twice. Okay. That's interesting. So people are going to talk on Yelp. Let's see if I can search this. Door to door. So people will say like, oh, door-to-door salesman, or they'll talk about like basically coming and knocking on the door. Door. Cold. Unsolicited. I don't think I spelled unsolicited right. Oh, maybe I did. So let's actually look at this and let's look at unsolicited. See if they talk about Mr. Sparky's. An unsolicited estimate. Unsolicited ideas. So you can kind of unsolicited by us. This is a little bit splashy, but let's go into this. Okay, so basically, are they doing door knocking? So you can do this with reviews, LinkedIn profiles. We couldn't get it up from the scrape of the site, and Glassdoor reviews. The other thing is you can look at how fast the company is growing from a traffic perspective. So renewal by Anderson, SimilarWeb. Let's just see how well they're doing. So we can sort of have an understanding about what is their traffic growth look like. Where's the beginning here? Bounce rate, so a little over 500,000 visitors. So they're doing all right, right? They're increasing their category rank, so they're growing. And then let's see if they won't give me the LinkedIn. The other place that we can look for is Indeed. Indeed jobs and DR Anderson Windows. My guess is that partner owners, in-home sales representative, right? So you can kind of see not only what they pay, but you have an understanding of how they're talking about this. In-home sales experience, so this is residential real estate, but you kind of get the idea is they're going to talk about, these are partners, but they're going to talk about in-home, right? That's going to be the title they're going to use. So we have an understanding of here of how many sales reps they have. Does their Glassdoor talk about reviewing Google Maps? Number of people that likely door knock. We're going to dump in all the LinkedIn profiles here of the folks that they're in the sales department. The number of sales coaches. So we're going to ask the same question from historical job titles. So you notice the person that we looked at didn't have a current role. Are they growing in door knocking? So this is going to be actually from jobs, job postings, and the contents of those jobs. So we have an understanding now of which companies are door knocking. We know who's growing their door knocking. We also, if we can say the number of training people, we know we have some understanding of number of salespeople and then number of door knockers. Now, if we can identify, okay, well, there's 50 training people, there's 300 salespeople, and we've identified 150 of them as sales, and let's say there's 500 people in the company, right? This company, Rilla's benefit is going to be, okay, these people now can save X% of their time. So they can actually have an understanding of, all right, well, 50 people out of 300, now they don't do any more ride-alongs, which, by the way, we can look at if they talk about ride-alongs in not only the LinkedIn profiles, but any of the reviews. And because of the way the generative AI works, we can just dump a bunch of context in here and be like, yo, ChatGPT, like, give me the summary of things that I care about, which is kind of crazy. Now, I talked about this idea of permission-based outbound. So the question is like, well, how can Rilla actually deliver value? And so one of the things that you could do is you could scrape the reviews and say, hey, my guess is that Johnny, Bobby, and Frankie have gone off script the most based on reviews of them. And you can get generative AI to structure this. And I was curious if it seems like these are the areas that those people need to be trained the most in, right? That's permissionless value, where I'm actually looking at all of their historical reviews. I'm dumping that into a large language model. I'm giving the large language model context on Rilla. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually giving them feedback about how individual reps of theirs that are recent, right, only in the last 90 days, and how they could improve. So this is going to be an understanding about who needs you the most, that kind of scoring. And then this is going to be an understanding of like, what's the biggest version of the problem here? So those are the ways that Rilla could actually do a really interesting go-to-market here. Not only sort of scoring all these companies, like these look like mostly like window and bath companies, but really figure out what is their ground game, provide feedback today on their ground game, and then actually, now in the best case, they could go find. So one of the other cool things you can do is you can take all the locations of all of these companies, so like all of Anderson's, and you can say, hey, we work with this local branch. We work with these 3 local branches that are closest to you, and their door knockers have gone from X to Y, and they're both in your same industry and also very proximate to you. That's something that this company could do. Time savings, right? This is the time savings. Close rates, like I would look for things like, oh, we didn't buy. What are the things that this customer is saying that would make them least likely to close? And ticket prices is really fascinating. I actually would look at things like, he tried to upsell me. So I'd be like, how are they actually failing at upselling with the basic principles that of good sales? All right, this video is too long for LinkedIn, so there's that. I'll put this on my YouTube channel, and I'll make a better, shorter video on LinkedIn. So sorry if you started here. Goodbye. Thanks for coming.